Alright guys, so I'm doing a Dollar Tree haul and then at the end a book outlet haul, so if you're not interested in the books then you could just shut it off. Second time filming this because my one of my post persons, every time they put a package outside, they ring the bell. So in the middle of me doing this video, it was like zzz, and I shook and I screamed, and so we're going to start this again. First, the two fall things that I found. I found these metal words. I'm going to do a DIY. It says thankful, harvest, and welcome. And they're just metal. So I'll be using those. And I found these cool magnets that are thankful, grateful, blessed, welcome, gobble to you, wobble, Thanksgiving. But all of them don't have to be used for Thanksgiving. They're like fall themed. I love those like magnet things. Next, Dollar Tree is selling a lot of like Hallmark cards and blank cards. So I do pen pal with my grandmother. This one only had 6. I don't really know why. But it's just really pretty. And then this one has 8. I really like florals, if you guys can't tell. And then I wanted to show you some of the birthday cards I picked out. I'm so impressed. These are only 50 cents. They're not $1. So they're just really, look at this detail. And this is all glitter. You can't even see. But look at these. They're just beautiful. I needed to get some for my grandma. This is for my grandmother. My mom. My cousin, some of my best friends. I have like 6 birthdays in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. So I scored 6 cards for $3. Some candles. You guys know I love Dollar Tree candles. This says Namaste. Really beautiful. I love repurposing these glasses when I'm done. And I love sugar skulls. I got a few last year and this is different. This one's red. So I'm really excited about that. And for people that do like DIYs, but like me, don't use like the whole glue and this and that. What happens every time I use super glue, it dries out by the time I use it again. So at the Dollar Tree, they had single use ones. So I just saved myself a lot of money because I always have to throw it out after I pay for it. And then I got a sweet treat. If you're familiar with the Redbird mints, I like the peppermint. They're like puffs. They melt in your mouth. These are twice the size, and it's a sorted, limited edition kind of bag that comes with key lime, pink grapefruit, cotton candy, strawberry, vanilla, watermelon, lemon, orange, green apple, and passion fruit. So I picked up 2. If I don't like it, all my friends love candy. And if I did like it, I was afraid I wasn't going to find it again. So, and I wanted to do a quick review on these personal care quick dry antiperspirant sprays. I have used both of them, and these are 2 more, so I obviously liked them. They are long lasting. They do have a great scent, and while you only get 1.6 ounces in each, it's definitely worth it for your gym bag, your desk, your purse. And the one that's marked men, it's just a clean scent. I don't really consider it masculine, so women can use it. I mean, I know a lot of people that use like X deodorant, you know, whatever. So that's my Dollar Tree haul. So if you're not interested in seeing my book haul, then you can turn this video off. If you are interested in seeing this book haul, I haven't even looked through this, then hi. So the first book I'm going to show you is actually from the Dollar Tree. They had a bunch of Disney books, but this looks really cool. So this is volume 2. So but it's just really, I was reading through it in the aisle, and it just sounded really interesting. And it's called the Starling Academy. So I guess there's a bunch of characters. I didn't understand the whole thing. I think it says lots of strange things are going to the Starling Academy, and some of the girls are suspicious. As they begin investigating, they wonder if there's any connection between Scarlett's getting kicked out of the Star Darlings and Leona's troubled mission. And it's about solving puzzles and like stuff like that. It just sounds really neat. And the book's beautiful. So there's 3 books in one. And look at the pages. They're all like blue, pink. There's a little bit of illustrations. Really pretty. Sounds cool. I like some young adult. And I believe when I looked this up, it was like intended for 12 to 17. So young adult. And so I'm just going to look up if I can get the first volume or the third volume at Book Outlet. I don't even know if they'll have it on Amazon. And then I'll read it. Why not? So, okay, Book Outlet. First thing, really random that I got is Christmas, a very peculiar, it's a hard word for me to say, history. The person that writes this book, Fiona McDonald, she does a lot of different historical books. And this one sounded really interesting to me. The illustrations in this book are just phenomenal. There's illustrations all the way around the outside, everything. And it's just really, really neat. I read a portion of it on Amazon. I thought it would be fun to read around that time. Next, I got, some of these are scratch and dent, which there may be some imperfections, but I don't really care because I usually only read a book once and then I donate it. This is just a bargain book, and it's called Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. And, of course, this has a Alice in Wonderland vibe, so I wanted to try that one out. And I bought Stealing Snow by Danielle Page, who writes the Dorothy Must Die series, which I have on my bookshelf to read. And I think this is a Snow White one, right? Yeah, it's kind of like a Snow White retelling. This still has a Target thing on it. Oh, and by the way, so Christmas was $2.69. Queen of Hearts was $3.79. This was $2.69 hardcover. Looks brand new. This one was interesting. I've been wanting to read it. My library, it's never in. People are always checking it out. And it is called By the Book, Writers on Literature and the Literary Life. Pretty much it's different writers and authors that talk about the books and authors that they have enjoyed in their life, what made them love reading, how do they read, what are their reading habits. This is like a true bookworm book. So it has everyone from James Patterson, Lena Dunham, J.K. Rowling, John Irving, Elizabeth Gilbert, Anna Quinlan, Malcolm Gladwell. I mean, those are just, this is really neat. What book made you want to become a writer? This one, this person says, you mean besides Pippi Longstocking? Pippi Longstocking was my favorite as a kid. Oh my God. So this is just really cool book. That was $4.79. This is called Rookie. I have two other ones that I've read. One, it's essentially what this is a collection of the best stories from their website for the year. So it's like a yearbook. It's called Yearbook 4. So it's just highlighting, I don't know if it's every story. It might be. It's beautiful if you take a look at the illustrations. And they do interviews. They do self-help, self-care, music, like reviews, everything. So I did read one that I found at the Dollar Tree. Was it this summer? Yeah, May. And I bought two more that I found on Amazon, and I happened to find the other one I didn't have. So if you like reading like magazine-like stuff or editorial stuff or almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. This is just really fascinating to read and something to pick up, put down. And that scratch and dent, there is a rip on the front. But I paid $1.99 for it. It's on the cover. I mean, who cares? I've been wanting to read this book. This is called The Wicked Girls. And it says, on a fateful summer morning in 1986, two 11-year-old girls meet for the first time. But at the end of the day, they were both charged with murder. 25 years later, journalist Kirstie Lindsay is reporting on a series of sickening attacks on young female tourists in a seaside vacation home, when her investigation leads her to interview carnival cleaner Amber Gordon. For Kirstie and Amber, it's the first time they've seen each other since that dark day. Now, with new, vastly different lives and unknowing families to protect, will they really be able to keep their wicked secret hidden? Doesn't that sound so good? Oh my God, this book's going to be so good. So that was $3.19. Once again, the book binding's not even broke. Looks like nobody read it. It's awesome. This book I've been wanting to read for a long time. When I was just in Washington in March, they had this at the archives where, the Declaration stuff is. And this is called First Women, The Grace and Power of America's Modern First Ladies. And this one, I think, was $3. It just goes on to talk about different first ladies, um, the political wife, motherhood, supporting actors, East Wing versus West Wing. Just some really interesting. This had like almost a 5 out of 5 rating on Amazon out of like 30,000 reviews. So this is a really interesting, really, a lot of people have enjoyed it. So I figured, why not? I love history. I showed you Queen of Hearts. This was on the bottom. I got the second one, which is Blood of Wonderland, and that was $3.19. And then I just got this random book, 150 questions you weren't afraid to ask or to answer. We weren't afraid to answer. I love reading trivia books, and essentially, $35 and you get free shipping, and I needed another book to hit the $35 thing. This was actually $4.29, kind of steep. The last book I got, holy crap. Oh my God. What was I thinking? So this has 3 books in it. I love Philippa Gregory. I haven't read historical fiction in a really long time. I feel like you have to be in the right mindset for it. And for a while, I was reading it for all the time. And I never read her Order of Darkness series. So this is books 1 and 3, and in a bind up is what they call these. It was $5. And I figured literally if I like the series that I have it in a bind up. And so pretty much it says the year is 1460 and all signs point to it being the end of the world. Accused of heresy and expelled from his monastery, Luca Vero is recruited by a mysterious stranger to record the end of days triggered by the fall of Constantinople. His first mission takes him to a nunnery where the women are showing terrible signs of possession under an imprisoned lady abbess, Isolde. Thrown together by danger, Luca and his true friend Friese and Isolde and her companion Ishrak face the darkest fears of medieval Europe as they uncover the secrets of the Order of Darkness, racing to stay ahead of the end of the world. I thought it sounded so good. And honestly, like I could read one book, and the words are really big on the pages, by the way, guys. So this could have been made. That's one of my pet peeves. They keep the indents really big, like the margins, and the font really like small, and I mean too big. And this book, which how many pages is this? Over 1,000. Could probably easily have been 800. And we're wasting trees here, guys. So that's my haul. So I'm going to count that as 3 books because it is 3 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 12 books for $35. I used to buy from Book Outlet all the time, years and years and years ago. I have been going to book sales and trying not to buy as many books because behind me is a bookshelf. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see. Yeah, that's a bookshelf. Where's my hand? I can't. Yeah, right there. And I've been working on it and reading and getting through them. I still have a ton of books on there. You guys never see that. That's why I love Where My Chair Is. It doesn't look messy. But I wanted to treat myself. There was a few of these books that I wanted to read, and 12 books for $35. You're spending less than $3 a book. And a lot of these books are books that I would have read from the library. But the problem is, and what's happening to me right now is, if you're not in the right mindset to read that kind of book, whether it's a nonfiction book like The First Ladies, or this kind of like occult, like not paranormal, but like, I guess it's like occult, right? What else does it say? For this Order of Darkness book, does it say? Usually they put it in where the copyright is. They usually put the themes, but they don't. It's like history and occult. It sounds like there's going to be some magic, maybe. But if you're not in the mood for that, and you get it from the library and you only have a couple weeks to read it, you're just not going to read it. So there's like certain books that I just feel like you need to buy, and you need to just read it when you want to read right then, not when I can put the book on hold and then 2 weeks later it comes and then I don't feel like reading historical fiction, So I went on a reading rant. So this is my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Um, I've really started to really push out reading, and you guys are gonna laugh you say when I say I'm just getting back into reading, because I am on Goodreads. If you are interested in being on my Good Reads friends, comment below and I'll add you. But I have read 69 books this year, and we have what, 4.5 months left. So that's in 7.5 months. I read 69 books. For me, that's slow. But if you want to see what books I've read and what I've rated them as, you can become friends with me on there. And you will see it's just a wide range of stuff. I just read a few romance books. Never happened. Never happens. A young adult book. I read a lot of James Patterson in a row. Book about Motown. I read a memoir. I read a lot of different nonfiction. I read a poetry book. I read a health book. I read a couple self-help books. You know, I just go back and forth of what I read. Um, if I had to say my favorite books that I've read this year, and I will tell you, don't judge me, because one of them people are going to judge me. Um, White Girl Problems was really funny, that book, Babe by Babe Walker, but it's not one of my favorites. Girl, Wash Your Face. Everyone's talked about this book, but it deserves to be talked about. If you haven't read it, definitely as a female, I think you should read it. It's by Rachel Hollis. I also have really loved 200 Women Who Will Change the Way You See the World. It's this huge book about women, that different kind of women, and they interview them, ask them different questions about their lives and things they went through and how they live. You know, like, are they modest? You know, are they materialistic? You know, it's just really fascinating. I learned so much just by reading about these women. Um, Another book that I loved was What Happened by Hillary Clinton. And we're not going to, we're not going to get into that. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, I think is how you say it. That book, I think, was popular a couple years ago. I got my hands on it at a book sale, and I read it, and it changed me. And for a poetry book, that was a lot for me. So I definitely recommend that. Hate List is a young adult book about a school shooting. Very good. What else? The Last Girl, My Story of Captivity. It's about a girl that lived in where the Islamic State was, and that book affected me. I think more so than any other book I've read in my life. So those are a few. I like The Scent of Secret too, which is a book that I found at the Dollar Tree. Those are like 5 or 6 books that out of the 69 that I recommend. So you can pause and write them down if you're interested. And I will talk to you guys later.